Do you guys ever pull up your favorite streamer or YouTuber and see them clear Theater of Blood or Chambers of Xeric raids like it's nothing? Or just see the gear they use and think, fuck, that can never be me. Yeah, I was there too. I thought, fuck man, it'll be thousands of hours before I can even think of slapping on a scythe. You want to be there, but you're not. You're probably stuck in the mid game like most players, and hey, that's okay. But today we're going to break down what the mid game is, and I'm going to drop you a ladder and help you climb out of that garbage pit. My name is Darnic, and I've been playing this game for way too fucking long. A lot longer than I'll ever really admit to. And throughout my years of playing, I've experienced the different parts of RuneScape. From being a lowly noob in my full rune, finally getting to equip that chestplate for the first time, all the way to completing my first Theater of Blood. I've pretty much done it all. And for a while, I never got to experience any of the actual fun content that I saw my favorite content creators do. I saw them group up with friends and do some raids, or grind some dope ass bosses for hours, making loads of gold. And I thought to myself, that shit looks really cool. But then I looked at my stats and my gear and I thought it'd never really be possible until I learned these simple tricks. Nah, just joking, we don't do that clickbaity shit over here, boys. There's some decent grinding you're gonna need to do, but we're gonna be breaking them all down for you in little bite-sized chunks. But before we do that, let's set the scene on what the mid-game really is. Now, everyone's account is a little bit different, I totally get that, but for the majority of this, you're just going to be using this as an overview. If you look at your account and see, hey, I already have all my fucking stats where they need to be, hey, you're good to go. Or if you're like, man, I already have a fucking quest cape, then skip ahead in the guide. But in the next section, I'm going to kind of break it down into a few different categories based off your account. We're going to have your stats, your gear, your diaries, your quest completed, and your bossing experience. And from there, you can decide whether you're actually in the mid game and you even need this video at all, or if you want to click off and go watch a high level guide. But more than likely, a large majority of players are stuck in that mid game range, so I'm going to help you climb on out. You'll be sitting pretty with level 50 to level 70 in most of your skills. Runecrafting probably hasn't been touched at all, but your total level is doing okay. You're probably around 1300 to say 1500. Not bad at all. Gear wise, you're a little far behind. You might have a fire cape or at least attempted Jad for the first time. You'll probably also have a fighter torso, dragon defender, and you might even have yourself a pair of Barrow's gloves. Your quest points are probably not too high. You've most likely completed most experience and master level quests, but the level requirements for the Grandmasters might seem a little daunting. The diaries are the things I always hated and neglected. You, on the other hand, probably have most of the easy through hard done. Now, your bossing experience is probably limited to God Wars Dungeon with the boys, and maybe some barrows here and there. Shit, you might even have tried to do some Dagonoth Kings. Now, if you look at your account and this all seems like you, then you're in the right place. And I'm going to show you a roadmap to climb out of this stage of your account. It will take some time, so don't worry about grinding as hard as you can all day, every day. That's a recipe for burnout. Take it slow, because old school RuneScape is literally a grind fest. That's the game. Grinding. The game. Now, honestly, the first thing we need to do before any grinding starts is to sit down and map out your quest. Easiest way to do this is the Quest Helper plugin. If you don't have it, go get it. It's available for free in the plugin hub of RuneLite. I pretty much use this to AFK my ass through every single quest. With it installed, it has an ordering filter that you can choose. Set that bad boy to optimal. This will allow you to complete the quests that you can in the best order possible. I'll have a more in-depth guide on this whole plugin here in the future because I absolutely hate questing and I want it to be as easy as possible for you all, so make sure you subscribe for that. But in the meantime, it's not fucking rocket science. You click on the quest you want to do, it'll pop up the items you need, and it'll tell you where to go. But you'll more than likely need to skill a little bit in between quests. This optimal quest guide helps with that, and it makes sure you're not losing out on any valuable reward XP from the quests. Now, I'd personally do every single quest and grab that motherfucking quest cape. The fashion scape is unparalleled, and I mean, quests really unlock all the high level shit in the game. Best moneymakers, locked behind quests. Great gear, locked behind quests. Get the idea. Best case scenario, you grab some Diet Mountain Dew and some tequila and you knock out all the quests over a whole weekend. Not saying it's healthy, but it'd be great for your account, and personally it's what I did, and look at me. If you completed every single quest just like I recommended, you probably had to do a little bit of skilling to get there. And that's why I started with it. Just for the quest cape alone, this stat requirement probably boosted your account up by a whole lot. Your total level should probably be around 1700 now. Now you can stay here and technically, I'd say you're entering the late game, but realistically most players will call you a noob below, say, well, it's RuneScape, so if you're not max, you're a fucking idiot. Not here though, boys, we're realistic, okay? I'm saying like level 85 in all stats is where you'll be sitting pretty in the late game content. Now, that's super broad, I get it, and that's the hardest part of the grind. Find out how to level your skills in a way that suits you, either sweaty and efficient or AFK and slow. Just find a method you enjoy doing and you can slowly chip away on those skills. Personally, what worked for me was setting level cap goals. For example, say I want to hit level 83 in all stats first, then I'd say level 87 and work on those. It worked great and I'm slowly doing this all the way to max. So now you have a sick quest cape and some banking stats and your account's starting to look pretty good, except your bank is more than a little lacking. That's okay though, because you're going to need to find a consistent moneymaker now. With all the quests done, the doors are wide open. You can pretty much do any content your heart desires for money. Personally, I'd recommend Vorkath. I have a whole video on it that I'll leave down in the description below. It's a super easy boss you can unlock after Dragon Slayer 2, and currently it's around 3 mil GP per hour and it's super easy to grind. But if you don't like Vorkath, then head over to the old school RuneScape wiki and pick something out. Really anything over 2 mil per hour is fine. As long as you don't feel like you're working and you enjoy it a little bit, that's really all that matters here. Because if you hate doing it, you won't do it long term. And you have to put those hours in to really make that GP stack up. I'd recommend getting to around a 300 mil bank. This will really open up the doors for all that high level content, as you'll be able to afford the welfare gear in pretty much every single combat style. Now, I'll add real quick, the best moneymaker is just to buy some gold. You can literally buy all the gear you need, and hey, if you're a rich Saudi boy or you have a good paying job and you don't want to dump 100 plus hours into money making, fuck it, buy some bonds. I've done it and I'll probably do it again. It's a game, let's have some fun. With good stats, money in your pocket, and all content available to do, why not go do it? Oh, right, all the good content in the game requires friends, or at least other players to do it with. So this is probably the hardest thing to acquire for 99% of RuneScape players. A lot of us just want to grind the game solo and not have to worry about anything else. We're adults and have jobs and we don't really have time to make new friends. Well, there's tons of people just like you out there, and most of these people just hop into clans. If you've never been in a clan before, it can be a little daunting. There's politics, people to meet, discords to join, it's kind of a whole ordeal. And I'll be making a whole video on it soon. But the gist of it is just look what's out there. The RuneScape forums has a whole recruiting section that you can post in and say exactly what you're looking for. Or you can just go browse clans and see what you're into. There's social, PVM based, and I was gonna put PvP based in here, but they're pretty much all dead, which is sad and probably a topic for another video. So you have social and PVM to choose from. Obviously the PVM is what I'd recommend, but a lot of these boys can be a little elitist. They'll require good gear, unlocks, and previous knowledge, which if you followed my roadmap thus far, you're really only lacking in the knowledge part. Now, you can join a clan with less requirements and they'll take you on some learner raids, or you can say fuck it and fake it till you make it. It's really up to you. Personally, I joined a semi-newbie PVM clan and I went on some learner raids, and they've shown me that I fucking suck at this game. But we're learning and we're making friends in GP at the same time. So I'll say it's a little scary at first, but listen man, no one gives a fuck if you have a stutter or you're into some weird shit. We're all RuneScape players at the end of the day. Just be sociable, don't be a dickhead, and have some fun. And I'm sure you'll find a clan out there for you. Now boys, the content you've all been waiting for. You finally have the stats, the gear, the friends. You can finally experience the in-game content that you've seen all your favorite streamers do all day long. The game is fully open to you now and you're in the in-game. You're finally a high-level player. Your options going forward are really up to you. Achievement Diary Cape, Max Cape, Pets. It's really what the end game of old school RuneScape is all about. More grinding to get to more grinding. I fucking told you, it's grinding the game. But the grind is the fun part, the adventure along the way or some shit like that. And hopefully this roadmap brings to light where you need to work on for your account, whether it's questing, stats, money or gear, or just finally taking the steps to meet other players. That's really what climbing out of the mid game is all about. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and recently my channel has fucking exploded. I'm going to give a big round of applause to myself for editing the videos, and then my viewers. You guys are fucking dope with all the comments and everything. I love to see them and interact with you guys down below. But anyways, I hope to see all of you all soon, and thanks for watching.